the day. From Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida. It's a special New Year's Day edition of the NFL on EA Sports.
There goes Brady boat. Round 2, year 2. This could be possibly the last one, so I gotta cherish this game. Possibly last Shady versus Brady bowl.
It's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the Atlanta Falcons.
For Atlanta.
On the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium, just north of downtown Tampa. Just a short time ago, the Buccaneers emerging from their tunnel to the roar of this frenzied crowd here in the Sunshine State. And we're in the big ship, and fittingly, everyone here ready to do battle as Tampa Bay gets ready to match up with the Atlanta Falcons.
Brady's first losing season, right? Yeah,
with Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Come on.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Always fun to get a peek at Tom Brady as he gets in place to command this offense for Tampa Bay.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance, because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him the win. On 1st and 10, here's Brady. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Bernardrick McKinney, the linebacker, picks it. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line. So here are the Falcons with great field position to start out. And leading them, Charles, their quarterback, their field general.
And what he's thinking about right now is first down, let's find a way to make a big play. Because when you get a sudden change situation and that defense has to rush onto the field unexpectedly, you might catch them having a defensive breakdown or not quite prepared.
It was really sudden after the first play picked off. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Off the play fake. Skinner. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A great play there. With a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Falcons are on the board first here on the road in Tampa. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. And here we go again with Tom Brady in Tampa's offense. And he'll need to find a way to shrug off the opening drive, if you can even call it a drive. One play and an interception, so he's got to forget that.
I know that in today's football, we have a good number of coaches who don't look at time of possession the way that the old time.
And Johnson lost the football. It's
loose. He got the daylight smacked out of him.
Oh! It's a scoop and score for the Falcon TD. Koo now for the point after. And it's good to make it 14-0. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kicks away following that fumble return. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. With the Bucs offense making their way back out on the field, let's take a look at the playoff picture, Charles, coming into the weekend in the NFC. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
Hey, you're impressed, aren't you?
I am impressed. That means 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games. Look, everyone talks about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadrupled. And that's where we are right now to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs.
On first down, Brady. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. When you're down a couple of scores like this, CD, you can't afford too many plays that go in the wrong direction like that one.
Yeah, when you take a good look at it broadly, sacks are better than giving up an interception. But where they are on the scoreboard, they've got to get rid of all of that and just create positive plays for themselves in order to have a chance.
Well, this defense for the Falcons, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game. And I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one. But 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Falcons offense making their way onto the field. Let's take a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. Well, we do know, Charles, they will be in the playoffs. They currently sit at pole position #1, but nothing's set in stone right now. They still have to earn that top spot.
And it makes me reflect back to preseason when you and I do our tours of camps. The prevailing message in each and every one of them was what? Win the division.
Win the division.
Win the division. You know you're in the playoffs. It means something. It means a home game. It means a number of other things. But winning the division is paramount. You're right. They won't step off the gas here.
Levante David in on the tackle. These two teams, they met in Atlanta earlier in the year with the Falcons winning that game. So if they can win here in Tampa, they'd be able to claim the season sweep. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. The first carry now. This is Williams. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
Skinner, he'll buy some time right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side.
Fuck that up.
And down the 48-yard line.
Fucking confused.
Rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. Second and 7. To throw, it's Brady. This one complete to Scott Miller. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. The first carry for Leonard Fournette. Fighting off the defender. And out of bounds right around the 20. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. But you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offense coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Brady to throw. To Evans on the slant. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it.
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Right back at you,
Jones,
bitch.
the linebacker. The 40. The 20. 10. 5. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and it's now 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away.
Every time Shady throw a pick,
and here comes a return from just beyond the goal line.
Damn, dude.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. Now Brady to try again after the pick 6. And Brady, the tight end's got it. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. These two teams, they met up earlier in the year, back in week 2. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. Throwing again on 2nd down. Brady, Johnson with a completion over the middle.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Brady.
Bro, I got him the fucking way the ball, bro.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Again, they'll throw with Brady. Going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up the 33. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Week after week, we're seeing plays like this from him. And I think he's in line. We've discussed it before for NFL Defensive Player of the Year.
And a big reason why, I think, is because of his ball skills. And that's something that, for guys of his position, they've talked about it for years. They've done the drills. But they've really increased it in recent seasons because of the offense have gotten so good. He knows how to take the ball away. That is huge for a defender.
Able to break through that initial contact and winds up getting about 3 there. It's 2nd down. Coming up on 2nd and 7.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play.
Oh, fucking warming up, stupid.
Get your guys a little bit of contact and get things moving.
Just a warm-up run, though.
Another run for Murray on 2nd down. And a nice run. They're going to take this close to the 1st down marker at the Bucs 24.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
third down. Murray. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
Well, they're currently the best in the NFL in converting on third down, so it was no surprise there that they picked that one up.
And they've done it in many different ways throughout the season, Charles. Picking it up, running it, throwing it, just effective on third downs all year long. Now a first carry for their fullback. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it second and 4.
Man.
And that's a nice gain by him on first down, picking up some key yardage.
On second down, it's Williams, and he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
3rd and inches, just turn around, hand it to the big guy and let him plow forward and pick up a first down. A lot of people think that the offensive line, they may almost take the play off because they got a big guy back there pushing forward. I think it actually works in reverse. I think they block harder because they love seeing that guy get the ball because he doesn't touch it very often.
And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
All right, Brad, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Touchdown.
My dude, he was already in the end zone, fuckface.
Raheem Mostert with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Falcons will extend their lead. Now, first quarter, and this lead is already getting into dangerous territory. They better be careful on the other sideline.
Yeah, it feels a little bit more like a basketball game where one team is pressing and that team can't get the ball over half court. I mean, it's stealing it and scoring it, layups, the whole deal. That's what it feels like right now. They are all over them.
So this not what we expected. 28-0 here in the first as another kickoff is away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially. So a net gain. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
To throw again on second down. Brady. Open man. It's too darted.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Brady now on first down. That's complete to his running back, Evans. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down. Again, it's Brady. Johnson's got it complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They run with Hines, and he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it take the runner out of the hole.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Throwing on 1st down is Brady. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over it, and they got there to break that one up.
On 2nd down now. It's Hines. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. From the gun, it's Brady. Side complete. That's Evans.
Yeah, no fucking awareness, man.
Buccaneers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That catch for his career is number 731, and that's the number that Calvin Johnson ended with when he stopped his career in 2016.
Yeah, what could have been for him. So maybe now what we'll see is someone else
and
put this number well in his rearview mirror. I think 800, not out of line here. Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
On 2nd down, it's Hines. And this carry brought to an end at the 8. Good stick skills, just not much room there to operate. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Here's Brady. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
Gonzalez's kick is good. And he drops a deficit from 28 to 25. So the 3 points there.
Against Brady again.
Inch a bit closer.
Uh-oh.
When you're losing,
So you be scared.
any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Taking in at the 3. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. So out come the Falcons now. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. He's going to keep this again. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there and worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it. Most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A big play that time through the air. 35 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A handoff running left is Mostert. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Mostert, touchdown, Falcons.
God, 76.
So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. So that drive 7 plays in length. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Raheem Mostert. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Again, we see Tom Brady in the box set to the Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material.
Shit.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete.
God.
Let's see who this is on. Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between and created a foul.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Brady now to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Miller. And now Miller hit, and he fumbles. And the Falcons grab it. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
He's got the first down here inside the 30. And finally marked down at the 23.
First play of the drive. Excellent run. Just sets up wash, rinse, repeat. Another first down.
Now a play fake here on first down. Wide open receiver complete. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Falcons are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try to loosen things up. Give the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
It's so educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up.
Good, Robert.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. This is Hines. And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Play action. Now it's Brady. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up 2nd. Well, on that one, they go with a play fake, CD, but I don't think anybody really was fooled. All eyes were fixated on the quarterback, and they got him to the ground.
And to run this play successfully, you've got to make sure that everyone is doing their part. You actually have to sell this play. You've got to sell the run action. Otherwise, why do you stop at the running back? You just run straight for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Throwing the out route
anyway, you got me.
It's Johnson. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down.
It appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead. A leap, and he's got it. He got it. And they're able to get this way down there inside the Tampa 20. It's a big play there for Atlanta. Typically with catches like that, we talk about the height of the wide receiver, but he's one of the shorter receivers in the NFL.
And it doesn't seem to matter, does it? Put the tape measure away. How about some of these guys under 6 feet tall? Antonio Brown, T.Y. Hilton, and Super Bowl 53 MVP, Julian Edelman.
And he will be out of bounds after a nice pickup. And that will also lead us to the 2-minute warning. On the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a 1st down, a nice, consistent gain.
Forced out to his left. He can't get, and he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A 6-yard touchdown run, and the Falcons add on. Now Younghoe Koo for the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. Don't want to get... Oh, he can't get
This time I got you, Brady. Got you, Brady.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Working from the gun, it's Brady. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Dante Jackson picks it. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. That pick 6 extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the 3rd
There's
quarter.
no regrouping
But
after
things
this
don't
game.
improve fast
It's
then.
pretty much
I think the
fucking
backups
over.
get a lot of
We're
play
just
in the
padding
second
up
half.
stats, being cocky, going off and shit, flexing.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Well, the Bucs going to take over now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. Throwing after the interception. Brady. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. On 2nd and very short, Brady. He finds his tight end. That's complete. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Brady now on 1st down. And that one a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on 3rd. Brady to throw again. He'll get this one complete to Darden. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So even though it's... There's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3. You sure you're ready for the third quarter? Use a bathroom or anything? All right, cool. Let's go. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport. The roads will be fairly clear by the time we have to leave the booth.
Another run for Murray on second down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Looking to throw. Skinner.
Oh,
broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away.
It's not called fair catch, moron.
They keep him to just a yard on the return, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes good plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else. I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people have to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Brady's throw there complete. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
On second down now, it's Hines. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for first. Throwing now is Brady. And this is going to be incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been any. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Atlanta prepped and readied for its next possession. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit and try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so well. Go to something else. And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
On second down, Mostert able to power through. First down and a little extra for Mostert. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
A really nice gain of 25 yards. Well, that'll help the old passing stats. Remember, it was a pop pass, so it's not a wide receiver run there, Charles.
Well, I like the way that you scored it, and that's exactly how it goes into the books. But remember, he's had success throwing the ball the standard way in this game. And here, this little tap pass, it goes for good yardage, a little something extra in his repertoire.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still...
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Raheem Mostert, his third touchdown of the game, number 14 on the year. And the Falcons continue to pour it on. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead will swell by one more. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Raheem Mostert. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Buccaneers offense ready to rock and roll again. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
That's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the first down.
Shotgun now for Brady. Again, it's Johnson. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Looking to throw again on second down. Brady, and he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Now Brady again. And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's fourth down. Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. He's played well. Good first half. He's continued that here in the third quarter. But my question, when you're a head coach, what do you look at stat line-wise for your coach? Do you go right to turnovers?
You really do. As much as coaches don't want to talk about that, that's where it starts. When I played in college, our first rule for every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. And that's kind of how they judge you. Do you take care of the ball, not turn it over, keep it in the proper hands, and give your team a chance to win?
Well, that's what he's done here in this one so far. Solid running on the carry, but still brought down just inside the 40. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Looking to throw on second down. Skinner firing quickly here, and that's complete. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 28. Out of the pistol, here's Williams. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Give to the fullback on the dive. And he'll get it down this time to the 17.
Well, after that pickup of a first down, I think some of the defensive guys are going to be looking over their coordinator and saying that was not in the scouting report. That went against every tendency most teams have. You don't usually hand the ball to your big guy in that situation. Sometimes you catch them by surprise.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. For Kenner here, it's complete. A gain of 6 there on first.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
On second down, Williams. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Well, if you look where that play starts, O-line versus D-line, that was a battle won by the D-line.
Yeah, and oftentimes it's won by quickness off the ball. Who can handle the guy across from them best? On that play, the defensive line did exactly that.
And the Falcons are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yes.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone.
And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons add on. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. This taken in at the goal line. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring...
And now look at this. Big gain, a fumble. And the Falcons say they have it. They do. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. It's a big play there for Atlanta.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. A great play there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Falcons get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead will swell by one more. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And the end result, an Atlanta touchdown. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Atlanta defense shifting into high gear as they head back out there now. Recovered the fumble, up on the scoreboard. They've got the momentum.
And that's a confident group that we see hitting the field again. Just what you talked about. Took away the ball the last possession. They feel like they can go ahead and do it again. They are locked in and feeling good about how this game is going.
And they're playing free. They're playing loose.
Yeah, and that's a good thing. You know, sometimes it can be a bad thing if you're too free, too loose, and you give up your responsibilities. But not this unit. They are ready to go.
On second down, it's Hines. And this is going to be back-to-back tackles for a loss here as the Falcons defense yet again drops him behind the line. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Miller. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And taken right on the 30.
Ow.
A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return.
Get the fuck out of me, dude.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They begin the drive with Williams. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
They go back to the ground, this time Mostert. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. They'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
2nd down, here's Mostert again. And he's going to be brought down at about the 33-yard line. 52 yards rushing for him now to this point.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down. Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. Now we're going to get a timeout. Here's we've got an injured Buccaneer. Behind the chain, 2nd and 12. We'll check on his status when we get back. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. off the play fake. Skinner. Looking left side. He's got it. Complete. And the Falcons are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Flushed out right. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. A great effort there. With his 14th touchdown of the year, second of the game. And the Falcons continue to pour it on. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays. And the Falcons score to cap it off. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Brady going to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
Brady looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And now here is another interception. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 68 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Oh, good move. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Okay.
And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons add on. Koo for the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And the end result, an Atlanta touchdown. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good. And
because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And this is too far behind his man. He missed him. It's incomplete. Here's Bradley Pena now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And just a net of 31 here. 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. Atlanta now coming out on the field. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I both enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it #1 for what we've seen this season.
Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
And a 5-yard gain gets them to the 42.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Here's a handoff to Mostert running left. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. Call it a 4-yard pickup, but it leaves him a few inches short here on 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
Again, it's Ricard, the fullback. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Flash the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. It was Jamel Dean who brought him down. Second down, here's Mostert again. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. And even 100 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Now a give. This is Murray. And he will not make it to that imaginary yellow line as they get him to the ground at about the 23. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
4th and 2 in the NFL, not ordinarily a running down anymore. Usually that ball's moved through the air. They went ahead and gave it to the back, and he ends up picking up the first down. I'm not sure if they fooled him as much as they just did a nice job executing.
Needed 2, and they got 3. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Back now comes Tampa Bay. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. To throw is Brady. And my goodness, another interception. He's picked off here. He's on for 8. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. And that one, Charles, is just going to about wrap up what was no doubt a dominating defensive performance.
Yeah, I don't care what team it is. I don't care who you play, whether they're strong offensively or not. Just giving up 3 points in the NFL, that's absolutely a dominant performance and one that they can build on.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams fighting him off and brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Falcons, they continue their winning ways as they run their mark to 15-1 on the year. So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Tampa.